What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yo, with all these animes that's premiering in October, yo, we getting all the love right now. But here we are talking about that Sword Art Online Alicization World of the Underworld. It's the second part to Alicization and definitely season 3 of Sword Art period. So yeah, and I'm loving how season 3 is going, especially with how the first part went. So with this second part of mine, let's definitely jump into it. Now, of course, with the ending to part 1 with Igayo dying from a plan that him and Kirito hatched to pretty much take down the administrator, in which they was also able to retrieve Alice on their side due to them exploiting out what the administrator plans is and the reason why she has certain things in motion. Now, in the result of this battle, we know we left Kirito in crazy state. Like last time we seen him, he lost an arm. He pretty much had to use, I guess, a special Pirate's Blade Hold, which reverted his Altair back to his original sword art, and he pretty much just went all out. Now, of course, you know, Alice, she lost one eye. So what we picked off into this, we see that Kirito isn't in a coma state, and it was kind of hinted at it when you looked at the poster cover for World of the Underworld. As you look at Kirito, he just doesn't look like his engaging self like he usually being. He looks mellowed out, like, completely. So, and of course of this, with him being mellowed out, us in the room, they stay in this cabin that's in some offside of the woods. Since it was a nice day out, they end up going for a walk. But you know, Kirito conscious is like, I mean, by spirit, he's probably connected, well, not just only his sword, but Igayo's sword. So he makes sure that Alice retrieved them, and so they'd be able to go on a walk. But also, when they on this walk, they give events that happen in between that kind of like sums up to where they in the position that they is. And the first thing we need to discuss that happened in these past events is what happened to Kirito while he's in this coma state. Well, apparently he went up to the console that the administrator was used when she was like conducting any kind of like experiments or things that she wanted to place in programs. He was hearing that on the outside that Asuna and the rest of the company that he went with to go into this world was kind of like at the mercy of this other organization that's storming the place. They were trying to get, you know, make sure that he stays stable, get his body, try to transport him. We all know that the whole thing got cut off after a certain amount of time, and he got hit with this beam of light in this world. And I'm assuming that's where his coma came from, and no doubt. So that's the first thing that happened. Second thing is that, you know, in the course of all of this, you know, some of the knights that was defeated came to and see what was going on. So Alice kind of told them everything, and her mentor kind of explained to the other knights what was going on, what they needed to do, and how they need to prepare for the war with the Dark Territory. Now, in the course of this, you see Alice walking around the building, hearing people talking that, you know, Kirito, you know, it wasn't a problem for him defeating the administrator, but it was so much that he defiled the church, you know, rebelled, and that's led to him and Igayo, you know, imprisonment. So they think that he should be executed, in which he took Kirito with her dragon, I guess a few belongings, and they hooked off out of there. Now, the third part that happened is that I don't know where she resided, the dragon, the materials that she had, but Alice brought Kirito and herself to the village which they came from to the beginning, and where Alice was taken off when she actually stepped into the Dark Territory and she was set for execution. She saw her father, couldn't believe it, but he pretty much let them know that they needed to leave, to be gone, because she's still a criminal to state, and that's where everything picks over the left off now. Now, for her and Kirito to get by, stay in a little cabin, you know, she goes off, cut a few trees for this guy who's from the village, going in secretly, and she gets paid, you know, next to nothing, but you know, it's whatever, you know, she's getting paid, and that's how they get by. Now, we see that some of the guys took Kirito's sword, well, more like Igayo's sword, but however, they took the sword and he pretty much was trying to get it like flipped out of his chair, crawling on the ground, reaching out for it. So Alice pretty much went over there to defend him, get the sword back, and all that good jazz. Now, in this state, you definitely see like how much a weight of this coma is on Kirito. Kirito, if that was normal Kirito, of course he probably would have gave him the blade, but he would assume that they wouldn't be able to pick it up and kind of joked at it, made hints in it, because Kirito is sometimes, even though he's not a big bragger, he would have definitely bragged at that point and kind of like just doing in their face that they wasn't worthy of that. We all know who Kirito is, and this is definitely not Kirito. Now, transpired things of where she actually returns to the hut. Dragon came back for eating fish, and I guess like since dragons are kind of like siblings, the other dragon was able to pick that up, and her apprentice kind of like approached things and seeing her, and actually they had a little talk. He asked her to come back, because the war with the Dark Territory is coming about. So I guess the captain must have had him kind of like filled up caves so that the Dark Territory just doesn't come and invade when necessary. But Alice declined the offer, and he thought it was because of Kirito, so he pretty much goes on how Kirito, he definitely did them favor by killing the administrator, but also, as a warrior, he shouldn't allow himself to get in this state without knowing the facts. He just assuming, because I guess he must sort of have some feelings for Alice, but Alice was like, it's more so me because of the fact that she is saying that she's not really able to like fight or put to fight or handle her sword in her terms. After 3 strikes, she felt like she would be at a mercy to her apprentice if they was to spar. He understood. He never forget what he told her, all that good jazz, and he left. And that's the interesting about, because when she went to cut the tree, she didn't cut it clean. Like a little buck was still on the tree, so she may just be having some conflict with herself. I think I kind of understand, because like when she was a knight, she was okay with everything that was going on in the world, but when Igayo and Kirito kind of like exposed the administrator for 80 years, everything that she believed in or started to believe in, where her memories and everything was set up on, she pretty much like held that very close. So now she doesn't know which direction to go on, or maybe not even know what to be fighting for. But then they leave us on a cliffhanger with this Dark Territory, because it shows by that nearby village is getting attacked, or maybe somebody did get attacked, but we see flames coming about in the middle of the night, and that's where the episode leaves off. The premiere to Sword Art Alicization Part 2 is definitely great. I love it. I think they definitely, started off things kind of right, kind of give us a little glimpse of what's going on, to give us the feedback, and then let us know what's currently going on. And then you get to see the personal conflicts, not only do she face, but just to kind of understand of like the state that Kirito's in, or like what happened. It leaves a lot of questions that is soon to be answered in this second part, and I like the fact that they did it this way. So yeah, I'm all for it. Sword Art, keep on doing your good thing. Premiere was great. I can't wait for the second episode. But I just want to thank all you guys for definitely tuning in for this review, for this premiere of the Sword Art Alicization World, the Underworld. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and here, let's leave a comment. How long you think Kirito is going to be in this coma, and what kind of weight that this coma puts on Kirito, and not just only him, but Alice also. It's kind of like a vague question to ask in this, but it's the elephant in the room right now, so we definitely want to make sure we cover that. But other than that, I just want to thank you guys for definitely tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. AshTheMan is out. Peace.